Hey guys, this is Gennie. Um, I plan to do some videos with just ideas and thoughts that God has given me and different things like that. So you'll probably be seeing a lot more of this, but this will be for the blog. Genie's got a blog. So um, leave feedback. Let me know what you think, as always. So anyway, I was reading the story the other day in the Bible of Paul talking about how we go through different trials and tribulations and circumstances and setbacks. And it was really weird because he was saying that these setbacks we go through um, actually help us. Um, these setbacks that we go through, they create for us endurance. And then that endurance leads to character, and that character leads to hope. And I thought it was really weird because when I thought about it, I was thinking, it's kind of like lifting weights, which I obviously never do, as you can see. That's just gummy bears. It's not weights. It what it does for us when we lift weights is you go through setback. It's like a strain on your muscles, and then once you put the strain on your muscles, what it produces is endurance. The more weights you lift, the more you can lift. It's just natural. Your body naturally does that. Well, what Paul is explaining for us is that happens in our spiritual life too. Uh, the setbacks you go through, not only is it natural for you to go through the setbacks, but what it does for us spiritually is it actually builds up our endurance. Um, and that endurance for us is important. And I think that's why a lot of Christians struggle with setbacks. They struggle with sins. They struggle with, different mistakes they make and all the things. They struggle with connecting with God because they let the setbacks decide how they see God. Um, But Paul says those setbacks are not meant to break us away from God. Our mistakes, our sins, our failures, when you think somebody loves you, but they really don't, um, those things aren't meant to really break us. They're meant to help us endure and keep growing, even. Um, and so I think it's really important because I think it's something that everybody really deals with, where we all go through setbacks, we all go through failures, we all go through tough times. And it's not meant to stop you, it's meant to grow you. And I think it's important that you understand that part. Even in my own life, I've had to really look at my life and understand that the things that I'm struggling with, whether it's depression, loneliness, or the fact that I'm forever single, sometimes how it feels, or the fact that, things aren't going my way, or I'm not making enough money, or friends aren't loving me the way I hope they would. Whatever it is, these problems that you face, depression, anxiety, all these things, they're just set up for God to do something in your life. Um, the point of problems is not to break you or somebody because God hates you. The point of these things is because we need to know that there's a hope in God. And so what ends up happening a lot of times is a lot of people depend on things to get through their setbacks. And Paul says our setbacks are meant to lead us to hope in God, not hope in stuff. It's not meant to lead us to hoping Netflix comes out with a better series or hoping that, this drink is going to help me feel better. It's hoping the wrong things. Um, Setbacks are always going to come, and it's always going to happen. And what's meant to happen for us as Christians or people that believe in Jesus is we don't let those setbacks define us. We let our God define us. We let our patience define us. We let our joy define us. Um, and that's really hard. It's hard for me, hard for anybody else. But the more you, the more you stretch your struggles, the more you um, let the scriptures define you, let God define you instead of your setbacks define you. I think it becomes easier to deal with these things. Like it's really hard to deal with all these pressures when your pressures define you, when your depression defines who you are, when your lust defines who you are. like it's almost impossible to get past that stuff. Um, I have learned that when I let God define me, um, when I let God's pursuit of me define me, it helps me to deal with all these setbacks. And God, there are so many setbacks. Oh my God! But it helps me to figure it out. So, not here to judge anybody. We all go through setbacks. We all go through failures. I'm not perfect. I mess up daily on different things, but I've understood that these setbacks and these failures are not meant for me to focus on, but they're meant for me to carry on. So I hope today that you have a good day. I hope you enjoy this life that God gave you, and I hope that you can find hope through the struggle and grow your character and grow endurance to not only deal with these struggles, but to help others with their struggle as well. I really think that's the point. So have a good day. Again, this is for my blog. Genie's got a blog. I almost said Genie's got a gun. Genie's got a blog. So if you want to leave feedback, just let me know and like and share. Thanks.